Hey guys, it's Dan Book Nook Noggin, and if you haven't noticed, if you haven't been subscribed here long, I don't usually do a ton of book hauls. I know there's some channels who do book hauls every month, but I'm not one of those channels. But what we're going to do today is I got a number of packages in the mail, and some of them I just chose not to open until now. Most of these packages came today. And then I've got a few other books where I'd already opened the packages or I had picked them up in my area. But, you know, let's get into this because some of these are new releases. I've got a pair of scissors here to help me assist with opening this stuff. This one's from John Durgan. This is his I think it's a debut novel, The Cursed Among Us. Now, I saw this and I read I'm going to read the back because, you know, I was really intrigued by this one. It has been 20 years since the serial killer known as the Black Heart Killer terrorized the town of Newport in 1979. Life mostly returned to normal after the killer was captured. All the townspeople have to do is stay out of the woods where the bodies were abandoned, their chests ripped open, and their hearts torn out. Howie Burke and his friends decide rules are meant to be broken. That's what 15-year-old kids do. On a beautiful fall day, they decide to go out to the woods to film a horror movie when they stumble across a mysterious grave. What they don't know is that they are about to release an evil on the town unlike anything in their homemade movies. They will soon uncover the secrets of the Black Heart Killer and what it truly means to be cursed. So this does sound very intriguing. So of course I asked him for an art copy because I mean you guys need to check this one out. This sounds really good, and I'm definitely going to start reading this one probably really soon because this sounds right up my alley. That's something that's... And then up next we have Elizabeth Sagewood. She had a contest on her channel, and I was the lucky person to win it. Alrighty, okay, this is the book that I won. It's called All the Lovely Bad Ones. This is by Mary Downing Hahn. And this is it's a ghost story book. Could be interesting. And she sent a little card along with that. Okay, she says, congratulations, Book Nook Noggin. I hope you enjoy this one, and thanks so much for taking part in the giveaway. Lizzie Sagewood. And it's a little Halloween card. I think that's kind of nice. I love it when people do stuff like this. You know, like you include a little card and, you know, a little message, makes it personalized. Not everybody does stuff like that nowadays, you know. Okay, I just recently downloaded the Pango app because Kevin, well, Redbeard's always throwing out there that he's got a Pango. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check out this Pango website, this book selling app. I used to sell a lot of books myself, but I did so on Amazon. And I kind of stopped after a while because I felt like there's way too much competition going on Amazon. And Amazon kind of, let's say they undercut a lot of people on prices. And it's kind of hard to sell certain specialized books on Amazon. Like, for instance, if you have signed first editions and all that, it's just not as easy to sell those kinds of books there. But I got a copy of Stephen King's The Dark Half. I think this is the first printing because I remember reading this when I was a teenager and it was that cover. So I'm thinking this is a first edition. Yeah. Sweet. And I got that really cheap. I read an article that had to do with Stephen King and paperbacks, and it kind of helped me understand why I want to collect the Stephen King paperbacks, and it was kind of like how they were easily accessible to people, and Stephen King was this name because he had all these movies, he had a lot of his books turned into movies and stuff like that, and because it was just so easily accessible, and it's a nostalgia feel for me. So, like, for instance, like, I saw this and I had read this cover was the one that I had when I read this book. So I was like, you know what, I want that cover again, I want that book. And yeah, even though I wasn't too crazy over The Dark Half. I think it's been many years since I've read it, but I did enjoy it, and I probably would read it again since I got another copy of it. And we've got one more package, and then we've got a bunch of books. This is these are some books from David Slayton. David Slayton's a new to me author, and I came across him because somehow, I don't know if it was the algorithm for Twitter just happened, because I don't think I have any common friends with him, but the algorithm, I think, knew that I would be interested in seeing his books, and they popped up in my feed on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god. I'm like, these are the kind of books that I enjoy. These are the kind of books that, like, I said to him, dude, this is right up my alley, man. I'm like, I need to read your books. And he's got a trilogy. And this is these are the first two books in the trilogy. The first one is called White Trash Warlock. Like, and I love the fact that he autographed them too, which is really cool. So he signed them, which is nice. But I want to read you the back of this. Not all magicians go to schools of magic. Adam Binder has this sight. It's a power that runs in his bloodline. The ability to see beyond this world and into another. A realm of magic populated by elves, gnomes, and spirits of every kind. But for much of Adam's life, that power has been a curse, hindering friendships, worrying his backwoods family, and fueling his abusive father's rage. Years after his brother Bobby had him committed to a psych ward, Adam is ready to come to grips with who he is, to live his life on his terms, to find love, and maybe even use his magic to do some good. Hoping to track down his missing father, Adam follows a trail of cursed artifacts to Denver, only to discover that an ancient and horrifying spirit has taken possession of Bobby's wife. It isn't long before Adam becomes the spirit's next target. To survive the confrontation, save his sister-in-law, and learn the truth about his father, Adam will have to risk bargaining with very dangerous beings, including his first love. And I guess the series is called the Adam Binder novels. But like I said, he's got a third book that just came out. And the third book, I can't remember what the name of it was. But here's book 2, Trailer Park Trickster. Okay, so he must travel around the country, because this one takes place in Oklahoma. So that, I like how this, like, the design of this is so cool too. But, like, I read the little blurb for these, and I saw the titles, and I was like, oh my god, dude. That's like, it kind of reminds me of Charlaine Harris's True Blood a little bit. That's kind of the vibe I'm hoping I'm going to get from reading these. I'm hoping it's going to have, like, that True Blood kind of vibe to them. Okay, now we're going to get on with the books, the other books that I had picked up locally. We have Rockabilly Hell. Now, this is written by a guy, William W. Johnstone, and I had to look the guy up because when I had purchased this book, the clerk had made a note to mention to me that she had read this guy's books. So I looked him up to see, what does this guy write? Because she doesn't really scream to me that she's like a horror reader. She's not really a horror reader. And come to find out, this guy writes this Mountain Man series. I guess they're kind of like westerns almost, and this is totally something that he totally doesn't normally write. So if I read this and I enjoy it, he doesn't write any other horror titles. So it's just that. I picked up Prelude to Foundation. A couple of people, they know I absolutely love Dune, and they're like, you know what, you've got to check out Asimov's Foundation series. Never read it, and I saw these books. There were a couple. I know it's another big series. The Second Foundation and Foundation, which I think I already have a copy of Foundation somewhere. If I have another copy of Foundation, I am more than likely going to sell that on my Pango. And if you're interested in checking out what books I have for sale on Pango, it's under the same name as my channel name. Okay, also I got Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes. This is another series. I read The Outsider, but I had not read these books. So I was kind of introduced to Holly Gibney through The Outsider, and not having had read these, I just started watching not too long ago the series on Peacock, which is really good. But I want to read the book before I finish out the series, because I don't want to be one of these people like, I'm going to finish the TV series and then go into the book afterwards. I kind of want to read the book first and then see, before I finish the series. And I haven't really heard anybody really talk about that one. And then, of course, I got Stephen King's Thinner. Seen the film, have not read this one. I read the only Bachman books I have read were the ones in the red paperback, one with the skulls on the road. That's the only one I've read, the one with Rage in it. So I have not read his other Bachman books, and I had seen the film of this. I liked the film. I thought it was decent. I enjoyed it. And I want to check out this book. It's not too long of a book. It's like around 200 some odd pages, but, Yeah, so that's what I got. I only picked up a few books this month. Of course, I'm going to have a link to Amazon if you want to help support my channel. I will probably search up one of these books. Maybe I'll do one of the indie authors, so that way if you want to check out, you want to purchase one of their books, you can do that through my Amazon link. If you happen to not live in the States and you want to help support my channel, I'm also going to have my Ko-fi link down there as well. Yeah, but that's all I got for you guys. If you wanted to see book recommendations and book reviews, then what are you waiting for? Hit that subscriber button and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload again. That's all I got for you guys. This has been Dan. Yeah. Like I said, I don't usually do book hauls all that often. I'm not one of these channels that does a book haul every month. I just can't. I just can't do that. I've got way too many books to begin with, and we're not going to go down that route. Till next time, guys. Peace.